Let's take a look at ShiftLeft's Intelligent SCA for JavaScript applications. In this demo, I will show you how you can use Intelligent SCA to scan for open source vulnerabilities in JavaScript applications and find the attackable open source vulnerabilities that are proven to be accessible by attackers, so that you can make an informed decision on which package upgrades to prioritize. This is a list of your applications and their scan results. On the panel in the middle here, you can see how many open source vulnerabilities ShiftLeft identified. Let's dive deeper into the application called ShiftLeft JavaScript Demo. This is your application's results dashboard. It helps you categorize the most important vulnerabilities. And as you can see, our scan found 16 vulnerabilities in your custom code and 17 vulnerabilities in your third-party dependencies. Let's look at the application's custom code vulnerabilities to see how ShiftLeft identifies vulnerabilities. ShiftLeft uses data flow analysis to discover JavaScript vulnerabilities. If you open up a finding here, you'll see that ShiftLeft will identify the source of the vulnerability and trace its data flow to discover if the vulnerability can actually be triggered by an attacker. Software composition analysis at ShiftLeft works the same way. ShiftLeft uses data flow analysis to find out if the open source vulnerability can actually be triggered by an attacker. And we can see that although there are 17 open source vulnerabilities in this application, only 2 of them are actually reachable. This means that there are one or more paths in the code that attackers can use to exploit that particular open source vulnerability. And many open source vulnerabilities that are found in applications are actually not attackable, sometimes because attacker input cannot affect the vulnerable library, or sometimes because the library is never called by a user-controlled path. Distinguishing between reachable and unreachable open source vulnerabilities is key and have helped ShiftLeft users reduce their open source security tickets by 92%. Let's take a look at one of these vulnerabilities. We can see that this is a known CVE in the application's open source dependencies and that attackers can reach the vulnerability. Since this package is proven to be reachable by attackers, you can be confident that the package upgrade will improve your application's security. See attackability in action with a free account by going to shiftleft.io/register and scanning a demo app yourself.